Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my garage simulator. This is TurbodTalon Golf. My name is Shelby Iverson. Good to meet you. We're going to be playing some GS Pro stuff today. Maybe one round, maybe more. I don't know. That being said, I'm going to play my own golf league that I just renewed. I'm really bad at renewing this. I'm pretty lazy. But it's another Utah golf course. It's in West Valley City, that's just south of me, but I've never played the course, ironically. The stupid tournament name I've selected is Keep That Lead Arm Rigid at the Ridge. I thought of spelling rigid, R-I-D-G-E-D-I-D, but I didn't really. I don't know. Something felt wrong about it. Here's the settings I have set. Pretty easy stuff this week. It should always be pretty easy. 8-foot gimmies, blue tees are 6,100 yards. We try to stay around 6,000 yards. Saturday pins, mullies are off, greens are soft, stimps 11. We got no wind, and the tournament is at my altitude, which is 4,300 feet, give or take. Let's fire it up and play some golf here. As with every video, let's get some legalities out of the way here. There'll probably be some cussing, some colorful language. There is some colorful language that I won't use in a stream. But it can get quite colorful, not safe for work, not safe for kids. You don't want your children learning the foul language. You don't want them learning the things that come out of my mouth. There's some Christmas lights. It is Friday the 2nd of January 2026. That's right, it's the new year. Ding, ding, ding. Welcome. What do we got here? Can't believe I've never played this course and it's right down the road from me. Shit happens, I suppose. I saw my swing coach Thursday night. No, I think he got me in on Wednesday night. Maybe it was Thursday night. And my back swing is so big that I have a problem leaning backwards, which if you know anything about golf, you know that that's going to cause a whole smattering of bad things to happen with your ball striking, and that you shouldn't be doing that. And so that's what I'll be concentrating on for the next couple of weeks while he's out of town. I won't be able to see him. And if you're here for the golf, it can be pretty okay. It can be pretty okay. I think I went 5 strokes under on something the other day. Then I went 10 strokes over on something else the other day, so she's all over the place. What do we got here for the first hole, though? Par 4, 330-yard par 4. Not a whole lot going on here. But like I was saying, if you're here for the golf, it's okay. If you are here to be entertained, there's a higher likelihood of that happening. But that's all I got for now. Let's see what this first swing has in store for us as we kick off here. That's about right. What was that, a pitching wedge? Yeah. That was a pitching wedge. All right, that's just going to have to do for now. We'll use the 11 11.5 degree lofted mini driver. So 220 yard drive, you know, that ain't too bad. I'm not too mad at that. Let's see if we can get up here on the green. 4,300 feet, huh? All right, it was right. It was right and short. Guys, anytime you try to change something about your swing, you're probably going to need to do what I call breaking some eggs to make an omelet. And what that means is, in a nutshell, is that shit's going to get worse before it gets better. But it will get better. That should be a par, which is pretty sweet after 2 not good shots. Do you guys got any bird chirping audio? I don't think you do. There we go. There's a little bit of bird chirping audio. We don't want it to be silent. That's bad. And then over here I'm watching the Jim Carrey Grinch on silent mode here. It's still Christmas time to me. All the way till I go back to work on Monday the 5th, it'll be Christmas time to me. All right, we got OB on the left. It's a bunch of people's backyards, a bunch of cul-de-sacs it looks like, so we want to not be over there. Let's let one rip. Let's let one rip. Okay, we got a tailwind. There's just no reason not to put one out here. I am using a burner mini driver though, so it's not going to go as far as a traditional driver. And I think I set this to normal fairways, so you're not going to get a ton of rollout on this league. Guys, if you're not in the league and you have the desirement to do so, go in there and register. I think we're up to 16 people. Admittedly, I'm pretty bad at renewing the league on time, so you'll have to bear with me on that. All right, what do we got here? Not a whole lot of anything. The green, the pin's on the left side of the green, so let's maybe aim over there. And then what do we got selected here? If we go in and we ask the lab software what it's looking like, club bag, game options. I just don't even know what I'm looking for here, honestly. So maybe, where is that option? Game club. Yeah, club selection is game club. Okay, there we go. It was already selected, so I'm a dumbass. 9-iron into the green, 127 yards. All right, that one went right again. Luckily, we can see what we're doing. Slightly over the top with a little bit of an open club face. What's this ball doing here? All right, what do we got? Are we on? We're on in 2, so this is a birdie look. Looks like I gave us some big old circles here. It's a downhill putt. It's going to leak to the left. That's about all I know. I need to hit this about 33 feet, and it's going to leak to the left. That was probably a little firm. All right, what do we got here? 153 yards. We're doing okay. We're honestly doing really well for doing some minor swing adjustments here. I'm not too mad at it. We're even. I also wouldn't say the course is that hard. All right, there we went right again. What are we doing here? That was a good club. It's way over to the right. It's 22 yards offline. We'll get it. We'll get it. I hate to do a live stream when I'm adjusting a swing mechanic, but it is what it is. If you don't like it, go to someone else's stream. All right. So we're putting for par. Should be a pretty straightforward putt. Don't want to really give away the hole too much. It's a downhill a smidge. So if I don't push it too much, we should be just fine. Little 11-footer here. I don't even feel like I pushed it that much. The ball rolled right at my dot. So there's our first bogey, 472. It looks like we got some OB on the right. Let's just try to hit over here. There we go. Guys, I usually have some witty, snappy shit to say. I'm just not feeling it this morning. I ate breakfast. I've had my coffee. I don't know. It's pretty gloomy outside, though. We went from kind of cold to rainy here in northern Utah. Okay, there's a slicey slice. See where it's going. It should be in play, but we're going to have to do all of the normal bullshit calculations to figure out what we're supposed to hit here. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It's 262 out, plus, what are we, plus 25%. So you're looking at, I need to hit this ball 300 yards of field to get it to the green. I'm just going to hit a 3-wood. Looks like the ball's going to want to jettison over to the left. I wouldn't say jettison. 4 degrees, not really jettison, but let's just aim over here toward this bunker. And we can reasonably expect this club to go maybe 180, 190 out of the rough because of how generous GS Pro is. So if we go back to that on the marker, let's do that. We're actually gonna land in this area, allegedly. Who the hell knows where we're actually gonna land? GS Pro it's fine. I don't even think we got, maybe we got 190. Yeah, and we were offline. It was a straight shot. 76 yards in. Ball's gonna wanna go a little bit to the right. We got a bit of a headwind. Let's just try to get over here somewhere in this vicinity. I would say as of late, out on the real golf course and in here, my short game's really been like problematic. Like that feels short. Oh no, that's actually a good shot. We could have got ourselves a little birdie there and we might still be able to, but it just barely snuck outside that circle. Looks like we're flat, maybe slightly uphill. Let's try about a cup out and see if we don't end up underneath the hole here. Oh, that was bad. I don't quite have my putting feel down. And it's not killing our score. We're 1 over, but it's really not because of putting. I hope everybody has had a happy holiday. I hope some of you guys got some time off. I realize it doesn't always work out that way. Some people have jobs that cannot just stop for the holidays. And that's okay. Hopefully you're compensated at some other time in the year. And I realize some people have jobs where you don't get any time off during the year and you don't get any time off during the holidays either. Unfortunately, those jobs exist. Is it going to give us a fairway? It might. Not a bad shot. I would say if my short iron gameplay doesn't improve on this round, we're probably going to stick around even. Maybe finish a few strokes above even. 63 yards. Let's aim a little left of the hole. Should have just kept it on the pin. We've definitely given away a couple of easy birdies here, which I guess is not that true because you're not out on the real course. You're probably not going to land 21 feet away from the pin typically. Maybe at that distance you are, but I got to remember that normal shots. Uh-oh, that's tracking. Oh, thank goodness. There's just a little birdie to bring us back down to even. .230. There's honestly not a big reason to even hit driver on some of these holes. Like a 300-yard par 4. This is a pretty pedestrian golf course so far. Like, I don't know when it was built, but it's pretty pedestrian. There's not a whole lot here going on. Did I just hit a draw? Was it a draw? It was just a shitty shot. We're not coming over the top as much as normal. I'm really trying to concentrate on keeping my weight on this lead foot. All right, we're at the scene where Cindy Lou Who is interviewing people about the Grinch. This is the Jim Carrey Grinch I'm talking about here. My wife and I are trying to get as many Christmas movies in as we can before the holidays officially over, which I'm calling the 5th of January. If you guys are keeping score at home, Christmas was quite a while ago now, like a week ago. All right, we just shank-a-doodle-doodle the ball there. Again, pretty over the top swing right into the hosel there. But that's how things go sometimes. Really working on keeping that weight on my lead foot, and it's showing its ugly face here for sure. Much better shot there. Maybe a bogey, maybe a par. Okay, we got lucky there, guys. 136 down 13. Therefore, we'll be playing 136, 126, 123. I'm not gonna hit a 9-iron into that hole. There we go. Got a little bit of wind, the pin's over to the left. Let's just hit the ball. That wasn't our shot. Let's see here. The ball was off of the heel, a little bit off the heel. We're a little over the top. Definitely having some growing pains. Let's hit the ping chipper here. 27. This club's also kind of an enigma to me. I haven't learned quite how to roll the ball up to the pin yet. And there's really nothing saying that the 54-degree wedge would have been any better than that, but we probably just bought ourselves another bogey. We'll try right there. 20-footer. No, we can already see that's going to be too far right. Now, was that a push or a misread? I'm going to say it was a bit of a misread because a 0.4 degree HLA is not a crime. But we're back up to 1 over. And based on how easy this course is, I want to go play it as soon as it opens again in the spring. It might be open now. And B, we can probably expect to see some pretty low numbers on the scoreboard, right? A little fader, maybe a power fade, depending on how big of a dick you're going to be about my swing there. Over the top, not bad. It looks like we kept most of my weight on the front foot, but it still was not great. But golf is an ever evolving thing. Even professional golfers are getting lessons. Maybe not getting lessons, but they've always got somebody critiquing their swing. That was actually a good shot. Let's fast forward this, see where it's going. Oh wow, that was almost awesome. All right, birdie look here, downhill. Let's try that and hopefully we don't end up below the cup. 9-footer. Yes. Okay, so we're dancing around even. If I was a better golfer or if I wasn't trying to modify my swing, we might be having better luck here. It looks like there's some sort of like concert venue thing up here or something. We'll see when we get closer to the... That's what it looks like. I don't know what the hell it is. It looks like scaffolding for like a stage for a concert. So we'll see. Or maybe it's something else. We'll find out when we get up there. But what we got here is a 475-yard par 5. We have the Dicks across the street who are running an auto shop out of the like pole barn over here, and they're always revving cars and doing all kinds of shit. They're pretty cool. I talked to them the other day. Just the revving sometimes gets old. Like, do you hear that? That's actually going to work out. We're slowly getting over there. I might go into free look when we get up further. That was only 225 yards. It's a pretty unfortunate shot. We're going to hit a 3-wood into the green. And all I know is that I don't want to be left, because looks like we got a, it's all marked red hazard. We keep getting closer, but not close enough. There's a concert venue over there. We've seen a few bands, well, a lot of bands. We saw 311, we saw Slipknot, we saw Pantera, whole bunch of other bands, but I don't know if that venue is close to a golf course. The Ridge Golf Club. Let's have a look real quick. I know if you're not anywhere near Utah, you probably don't give a shit. Google Maps. Maps. Google Maps. The Ridge Golf Course. Let's look up the Ridge Golf Course. Okay, so it is near the Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. So that must be what that is. I didn't know it was right next to a golf course though. So that's kind of cool, because that's what it looks like. Okay, well, we all learned something today. Anyway, what are we doing here? We got a little 21 yards, excuse me. Let's see what we can do here. Get your happy, oh, you son of a bitch. Okay, it's a birdie putt and we're right on the edge. And I thought about using 10-foot gimmies and I went with 8. So I just kind of screwed myself, didn't I? What do we got here? 10-footer? That was a hot putt. All right, we're back down to 1 under. 367-yard par 4. You guys, this is a very pedestrian golf course. Very blasé, very vanilla. Not a lot going on here. For those of you who play in my league, you're welcome. Have fun. Not a lot going on here. Not a lot of trees, not a lot of anything. Just a view of the mountains. Should I have done some research before I picked this course? Sure. That's arguable. Slight fade. Might be on the fairway. It will not be on the fairway. So we're going to take a few % of a loss here for speed. I'm going to hit an 8-iron. If we're past the hole, we're past the hole. Oh, this stupid thing. Come on, baby. 8-iron, 8-iron. There you go. Okay, it looks like a possible product of trying to keep my weight forward is a couple of hosel rockets. But we'll get there. At least we're not 10 over par, right? All right, so I need to pay more attention to what's going on here. I got my utility wedge in hand. That felt much better. And it's short. Did we just roll off the club face, or what do we do there? And then I'm not getting any data here from my carry optimizer. Maybe it doesn't work during rounds of golf. Anyhow, that was a shank and then a shot that was about 20 yards short. So we're definitely going back up to even, maybe one over here. Maybe two over. I thought it was impossible to scull a golf ball if you had your weight forward. But that was a Healy scully shot. So we need to back away from the ball a little bit, perhaps. 30 footer, but it's going to be like 16 feet short of that. So like a 15 footer. That should be somewhere near the pin. All right, what do we get there? A double or a single bogey? Double. That was a lot of bad shots on one hole, guys, so you got to break some eggs to make an omelet. I'm not trying to rebuild my golf swing here. I'm just trying to keep my weight more forward so I'm not getting my head behind the ball. 250. This is a real short hole, and if we go too far to the left, we're going to be in a hazard, in a red marked area. All right, there we go. I'm sad that that had to happen on a live stream, but it did. What do we do there? Okay, whatever we're doing, we're getting a little bit Healy, and that's fine. Eventually it will turn into better golf. Eventually. Let's hope, right? Here's to hoping. I'm sure a bunch of people just left the stream. They're like, fuck this guy. This is not entertaining. He's not saying funny things like he normally does, and he's playing shitty golf. Okay. Guys, that would not happen on the real golf course. Shouldn't be hitting a 3-wood out of rough like that anyway, but let's use a little bit of common sense. The whole point of keeping your weight forward is to give your swing a little bit of a draw. But that shot was 25 yards offline to the right. So we've still got work to do. We're hitting out of a bunker. This has been a pretty rough hole. This is the 4th shot on a par 4, and we ain't anywhere near the pin. And I chose soft greens. So we're probably taking another double bogey here unless I can sneak this ball into the hole. Let's just leave it in the cup. 14 footer. All right, 2 over now. That's pretty good for a 6,000 yard plus course. I wouldn't say, like I've said a few times already, I wouldn't say this is a difficult course at all. 190, playing 180 into a bit of a headwind. All right, we've exploded another TRIFLI, MAXFLI golf ball here. I don't know what shot that happened on, but let's open another sleeve. Let's open a sleeve of the skull and crossbones ones. I don't know if it's because it's cold. It's not that cold in here, as evidenced by how I'm dressed. Let's throw these away. But you got the little skull and crossbones on this one. Super cheap balls, guys. And I don't care when I lose them on the course. That's the good part. That felt really good, and that was the club, but it was pulled. What did we do there? Just had a closed club face. That felt really, really good. 19 yards to the pin. Okay, there's another shankadoodle-doo. I'd say the heel of the golf club is really just kicking the shit out of us today. Is that another bogey? Yeah, it's a par 3. All right, 3 over at the ridge. 13th hole is a 500-yard par 5. We got some water over here we got to contend with, but I don't think I'm going to get to it unless I hit like a towering slice, which I think we've had a couple of towering slices on this round already, so it's clearly a possibility, right? Little fade, nowhere near the water, get left, get left. Not a bad shot. Wouldn't say it's anything to like write home about. Keeping the weight over the ball or over the left leg. I'm definitely noticing a loss in club speed and ball speed, but I think as soon as my body gets back in sync with itself, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. We're being told to hit a 4 hybrid here. I think we'll be okay, but because I'm trying to fix something in my swing, we might be in the water. But just remember, at the end of the day, it's a goddamn video game and not a soul. There is not a soul who cares about what you score in GS Pro. Just you. You're the only person. All right, guys. I thought I must be doing something wrong because in my mind, In my mind, I thought that it was almost impossible to thin a ball if your weight was forward, but I'm starting to see that that is not the case and that there's some more work to do. The swing looked good. It looks like I just was not close enough to the turf. So it's saying to hit a 7-iron now. Maybe we'll have a little bit better luck with an iron. It does feel a little weird, I'm not gonna lie. That's a little aggravating. That actually really pisses me off. Carry was 162. That shit, that fucking GS Pro just took 40 yards of carry away from us. Next option, can I move back to where I'm on a fairway or something? Jesus Christ. Man, this fucking software. Guys, I'm going to take it up the ass on this hole. Oh, Jesus. God damn it. There's the original shot we wanted with the 4 hybrid. Not bad at all, but I think we put, what did we already put 2 balls in the water on this hole? Reminds me of taking a shit, putting 2 balls in the water. All right, it was a piece of turf. We actually didn't crack another ball here. Ooh, let's see how bad this one got us, guys. Nah. You gotta break some eggs to make an omelet. You gotta break some eggs to make an omelet. You've gotta break some eggs to make an omelet. All right, 14th hole, it's playing about 292. We'll get this swing under control sooner or later, but that hole really did us dirty there. It's saying I can get to the pin. I don't know about that. That ball felt like shit. Just stop. Don't go anywhere weird. Everybody will be... Okay, deep rough. Here we go with the deep rough again. Flat calculation for deep rough. If we're playing 48 yards, 1/4 of that is 22. We need to hit, what, 48, 58, 68, a 70-yard shot to get to the pin from here, theoretically, with GS Pro's normal 25% penalty for deep rough. So I want to pretend I'm hitting a 70-yard shot here. Almost a Christmas miracle, but not quite. We're on in 2. This shot's for birdie. It's not doing a whole hell of a lot. Let's put the marker right there, about a cup out, and see what happens. 9-footer. Okay, that got rid of one of those pesky strokes there. Oh, shit. Guys, I'm playing to about a 16, 17 handicap on the real golf course. And since GS Pro, well, any golf simulation software is going to give you about 10 to 15 strokes. This is about where I want to be. I don't want to be any higher than 5 over, unless the course is very extremely long or extremely difficult. I want to hang out around scratch in the simulator based on, right, how many strokes you gain outside versus the sim. So this is about the limit, and I got 4 more holes to play. Let's see if I can quit hitting shankadoodle-doos here. Looks like 125 minus 12, 125, 115. I don't know, you're hitting into some wind, so maybe we just call it 115. Let's hit a wedge, a pitching wedge, since my distances are off. Need to figure my life out here. Okay. Not a huge problem with that, other than my pitching wedge only went 120. It'll get better. Looks like we're uphill slightly, playing about a 14, 15 footer. I don't know how much it's going to break. Let's go 1.25 cups out and see where we are when the dust settles. But when you're putting uphill, you don't need to calculate as much break because your ball's moving quicker. That's frustrating, guys. Parsky, HLA was damn near zeros, so miscalculation. Alrighty, 16 is a 371 yard par 4. Let's check our target out. Not a ton going on this course, guys. It's just a pretty vanilla looking Utah golf course. Utah's got some of the best golf in the country, nay the world. I wouldn't say this is one of the courses that would fall into that category. Stay out of the bunker, question mark? No, that's going in. What is the calculation for a bunker? We just want to call it 10% and add 17 yards to the shot. Let's hit a 9-iron. Where are we at in our movie here? Looks like the Grinch came in and just stole everything. There's Cindy Lou Who. She's disappointed. I think the mayor's going to come out and talk some shit. Yep, he's talking shit on the rubble of the Christmas tree. Well, no, this isn't the part where he steals everything. This is the part where he comes down to be the holiday cheermeister or whatever, right? And burns the tree, I think. I've watched this movie so many times. That was a surprisingly good shot for, well, we are at altitude. We're at 4,000 feet. That was way too long. Good problem to have, right? 55 yards playing 48, 55 feet playing 48. God, could you imagine if you had a 55-yard putt? Let's just make sure this doesn't end up below the gimme circle, because you're not going to put the ball in the hole. Just hit a little like 45-foot putt here. It is breaking toward the hole. That was almost a world-class shot. We're still at 5 over. We've got a couple of holes to go. Maybe we can get down a little bit. Whatever hole we were on where I put the ball in the water twice, that really kind of crashed the computer. I was replacing a gasket on my old 1995 BMW 318i, hoping to get rid of some of the, right, because those E36s notoriously leak oil. And it got rid of some of the leak, but there are other leaks to fix. I just got to decide if the juice is worth the squeeze. The engine's got like 240,000 miles on it. Still gets like 25 gallons or 25 miles per gallon of fuel economy. I'm not too mad at it. It's a nice, reliable little car, 5-speed manual, rear-wheel drive. You're not going to get anywhere in a hurry, but it's pretty reliable. The oil leak, though, was getting a little bit old. I mean, it was to the point where I didn't need to change the oil because it leaked so much oil. Obviously, kind of not very good for the environment, but the asphalt that it leaks most of the oil on is also made from oil, so it doesn't matter. There you go, you're all caught up. I'm going to hit this 3-wood into the green. We'll see where it lands. If I duff the shot, we're going to be OB, and then we're certainly not going to be having any sort of good score here. Nothing to write home about. Okay, it's going right. Well struck ball, but it's going right. Definitely wasted a lot of energy going 47 yards to the right. But it's a par 5, and maybe we can get snug up to the pin. I am shanking a lot of shots, though, so that is certainly a possibility. There's another one. It seems to be happening with this 54-degree wedge, but at least we didn't hit over into the OB, right? All right, we might have got out of there with a par. Did that ball stop? Okay, we got lucky. That's, what, half a dozen shankadoodly-doos today? Pretty boring course here, guys. Pretty boring. Have fun. Go low on this one. If you're not registered for the event, go ahead and register if you have the inclination. That was definitely a good shot. Let's see if I was able to keep my weight somewhat forward. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't amazing, but that was a good shot. 330. 47 yards. Let's see if we can get close to the pin, or I'll shank it. I'm not sure. Let's see here. If I get into position, there was another one. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's take a look at the replay. I think I'm just standing too close to the ball. Let's look at the, and it's over the top. Yeah, you can see I did one of these. So the shot needs to be like weight forward, It needs to be better. All right, and to add insult to injury, we've now got a putt, little 9 or 10 foot putt it looks like here. Looks like it's flat though. Little uphill. All right, guys, that stinks. We should have left it in the cup. 78. We're 6 over par on a real easy course. Let's check the stats. This double and double plus, not too bad. Not too bad really anything here. Just trying to work some shit out in my swing, and that's what's going to happen when you're doing that. Let's see what's next on the docket here. Sim Golf Tournaments. TurbodTalon's Golf League has now disappeared. We got J-Lag's Golf Course, our league for this. Crushing It's Par 3 and Executive League. I'm not even going to try to pronounce any of the shit he put in there. It's a par 3 course. Let's not do that. Not until we get our swing figured out, because that is going to require a lot of the club that I've been shanking the shit out of. Pro Tour SGT. What's we got for Bogey's backyard? Probably not going to get the Michigan Golf Courses tour done. It's 4 rounds. It's too much to do. I don't know though. It's Friday and I don't go back to work till Monday, so maybe I'll get bored. Auto putt. What's Bogey got here? Southington Country Club. Straight shooter, no frills open. All right, he doesn't have any stupid shit set in here for the settings. Nothing wild. Short course. Let's see what happens. Let's play this. Have to change the title of my video, which I will 100% not remember to do. And let's see if I can stop shanking the golf ball with the scoring iron there. I'm guessing the first hole is going to be a par 4, par 5. Let's get ready to go for that. I was, yesterday morning I got up and like I said, I replaced the gasket on that BMW, so I was going to go out and see, because I put a square of cardboard underneath the engine to see if the oil leak had been reduced. So I went out, and it had been like raining / sleet overnight, and my porch steps go straight out of the door, and then they do a 90-degree angle to the left. So if you went straight down the steps and didn't take the 90-degree angle, you would go into my front yard. And it looked like the steps were wet, but they were actually covered in like 1/8 of an inch of ice. Right? So I think you guys all know what I'm going to say next. I go down a couple of steps. The ones that are closest to the house aren't quite ice yet, but the like 3rd and 4th step down and all the way down for the rest of them are ice. So as soon as I get there, I go ass over tea kettle. I land on my butt cheek and like my back and my elbow. And I slide down the steps and into my front grass. Right? So if you'd have been out there to see that, it would have been a spectacle to behold. But it kind of hurt. What do we got here? 261. We're not at altitude. So nothing's really sore but my elbow, so I'm guessing that's what took the majority of the impact. But I just wish I had like one of those Ring cameras or something so I could have captured the footage and showed it to you guys. Because after I figured out that I didn't break any ribs or anything, it was actually it was funny as fuck. That's a Healy little maybe fairway finder, but man, that thing is slicing bad. Is that gonna stay? It probably, holy shit. GS Pro giveth. Terrible drive, boys and girls. We'll get this figured out, but you can see the keeping the weight over the lead leg here is causing me to do a lot of shanky doodle doos. Like, I don't know if I've had too many toey shots in these rounds. 9-iron. But God, if I could have got that footage of me busting my ass and sliding down the stairs into the yard, God, that is just comedic gold. That was one of the big things they advertised about keeping your fucking weight over your lead foot, is that you don't make shots like this. That was like a Healy Scully mess there. Super over the top. We'll get it figured out. I should have probably hit 1,000 balls on the range before I did anything competitive though. All right, this is just getting kind of ugly. That was a chip in bogey. All right, hole number 2. We're off to a great start. Hole number 2's got a OB along the left. Let's see here. Maybe we try to hit somewhere in that vicinity. But if I toe hook a golf ball, we're going to take a 2-stroke penalty. Nope, opposite of a toe hook. A heel slice. That was kind of close to the center of the face. I mean, obviously it's Healy. Everything's been Healy. All right, deep rough, playing 107. Yeah, let's hit a pitching wedge here. So short. So short. Let's look at these numbers real quick. 110 carry in the Launch Monitor Lab software. Oh yeah, we got butt raped there. Good old Big Bubba found us. Dropped the soap in the shower. 30. Let's hit like a 29-foot putt here. It's tracking, but it's going to be short. It might have been in the hole. It might have been to the right. But there's another bogey. We've got to play a little bit better golf if we want to. You're usually not going to be competitive in bogey stuff anyway, unless you're a pretty good golfer or you have one of those miracle rounds that, you know, we all have every 25 rounds or so. It'd be nice if every one of them was a miracle round, but we're not quite there yet, I don't think. And by not quite there, I mean we're not even fucking close, is what I actually meant. Sit. Okay, that was skinny. I think I need to move my golf ball a little bit forward in my stance. Probably more forward than you typically have an iron. We'll see if that helps. 35 feet minus, what, 18? Let's just hit like, I don't know, a 16-footer, 15-footer. Just get it near the pin. That might be a little bit hot. Come over. Oh, no. Oh, that was terrible. What's the stimp here? I thought it said 11. It's only stimp 11. I just need to get my shit together here. 2 over after 2. I don't like it. All right, looks like we're playing bogey golf. And it's Bogey's tournament, so it's only fitting, I suppose. I'd say out of all the clubs that are benefiting from keeping the weight forward, it's the longer sticks so far that are benefiting from it. The shorter sticks, which you would think would benefit the most from it, are really not so far. Front of the fairway, maybe near the water. That was a good shot. Let's see if I can extrapolate this to a club where maybe a little lower, like my mid to short irons. That would be really sweet. I think we're eventually going to start seeing some really good stuff from this adjustment, but I'm getting my ass handed to me for the short irons. 25 yards, we're hitting out of rough. I'd say you'd be pretty happy with that on the real golf course. You're not going to make this putt unless you're a lag putt fucking master. Let's just hit a little ditty here and know it's going to run hard to the right. I'll stay in the... Oh, for the love of fuck. Really? What, is it going to roll all the way back to the goddamn rough? Come on. It's not like we're running 13 stimp either. That's crazy. God damn it. What do we got to do here? 34 feet? Just here. I don't even know what to do. God damn it. Oh, did we just score a 6 on a 3? Dude, that's some old TurbodTalon golf shit right there. I don't do that. I don't even do that outside anymore. That is disappointing. Well, folks, there you go. There you go. A little ditty there. It's like a green from the Masters or something. I would say those greens don't exist in real life, but they do. They do. I played one the other day at Davis Park Golf Course, where if you were too long, your ball would roll right off the front just like that. Oh boy, we got lucky there. What just happened? Nice Healy shot there. Almost got hit in the face with a ball. All right. One of my buddies is trying to schedule around to golf. I said, I'll golf with you as long as the ground ain't frozen. I don't care. It doesn't look great outside, but golfing on a frozen ground is basically the worst. All right, let's see here. Okay, that was toey. I mean, it ain't a bad shot. I think that would have been right on line if it wasn't so toey. And this little swing analyzer I've got here said too much launch angle, a little too much spin loft, and low ball speed, which is, you're obviously going to have low ball speed when your smash factor's that low. Let's see here. What do we got? We got a downhill putt leaking. Let's just put it a few cups over and see what happens. 8-footer. Oh. All right, guys, we're bleeding here. If this gets much worse, I'll just cut off the live stream. What are we at 8 over already? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Nobody wants to see this, and I'm not being especially charismatic this morning, so we might cut her off. I probably need to go to the driving range and quit trying to adjust my swing in real time. Okay, we're going to be over in the rough right before that little stream. That ain't bad. That was a good strike. Decent, decent. All right, let's see if we can do the same thing with the old 3-wood here. What are we doing? We're helium thin and we're still coming over the top. Probably need to practice this a lot more on the range and then start putting it into play. Last round wasn't bad, but this one's a little bit worse here. for a bogey. 2 feet from the pin for a fucking bogey. So now we're 9 over. Let's see. We'll have to closely monitor to see if this round is worth finishing. If not, I will see you guys on the flip. My buddies are talking about sports and I couldn't give a shit less, but I entertain them anyway. Let's see, what do we got here? 165 to the pin. What do we have there? That was a 7-iron. It was thin. Yeah, we got some work to do with this. It felt like it was working earlier, and it does look like my weight is staying a little more on the lead foot, but maybe, I'm not sure what happened there. Everything looked pretty mechanically sound there. Maybe I just had the ball too far forward in my stance, which I just got done saying I need to put the ball more forward in my stance, which apparently is not true. And we keep shanking these, so 30 yards. Whoa, that thing sailed. All right, this is just turning into a shitty round of golf here. For par, let's see if my buddy's able to get us a tee time. This is gonna leak hard to the left. Let's try a 25 footer. So naturally it's gonna go through the back of the gimme circle. I am having a real hard time reading these greens. Oh, another fucking bogey? Damn it! 268. You guys, we're right at the limit. We're right at the limit of a round not being worth finishing. For me, 10 over. Because the people that play in these leagues are so good, some of them, that it becomes not worth it to continue if your score's getting too inflated. I would say the whole keeping your weight forward thing is mostly been a wash so far. I'm probably doing something wrong. 146. This is obviously going to hit the tree, but this round is a wash anyway. That wasn't bad. 175 carry in the lab software, and then we hit a tree. So I don't know how close we'd have been to the pin. Let's do some chipping. Boy, we're really having a rough go here, huh? Are we putting or are we chipping again? That is going to go through the back of the gimme circle. Some days you're on and some days you're doing whatever this is. Let's leave it in the cup. I think this is for double. This round is crazy, guys. We're 12 over. Oh my God. Okay. This dude keeps talking about making a tee time, but I haven't seen him make a tee time yet. Let's see. Okay, oh my God, we're only about to make the turn. Oh. That's gonna be slicey. I'm just not seeing any benefit to this keeping the weight forward thing at all. Okay, I thought we exploded another golf ball. This is gonna be a fun shot. It might hit this rock. You'll know shortly. You will know shortly what it's gonna do. It'll hit a rock or it'll hit that tree. If we manage to get out of both, because we're on a very high incline, I would be a little bit surprised. Yeah, there we go. So that's going to continue to happen. You obviously would have gotten your eye socket broken out by that shot in real life. Let's take a sim drop right there. There we go. And then this round is going to continue to balloon up. Okay, what did we do there? Over the top. That would have been a good shot, I think, if it was straight. Why does this ball feel so clicky? It's fine. All right, little chipperoo here. Let's use the ping chipper. Guys, this round is going to be pretty painful, I think. Did you see that ball accelerate out of the rough? Oh my God, another 6. Guys, this is actually getting like comedic. Did you make a tee time or what? Let's see. Weight forward. It's still coming over the top. All right, we probably don't need as much chatterboxing between shots here. Let's just hit the ball. Not a bad shot. Let's get through the round here. Okay, it looks like they're just going to drive over the golf course and see if they can walk on. So I need to get a move on here. See how close that was to going in? Okay, what do we got here? Oh, another bogey. Fucking surprise. Let's see. Maybe I'm overdoing it. Oh, it's still slicing. Holy shit, that's such a bad shot. What do we got? What do we got? 120 to the Pinsky. 120 to the Pinsky. Hurry up. I guess I could hit fast forward. All right, 6. Let's just aim a little left. We got to go 20 something feet here. Maybe I was leaning too far forward. What do we got here? 100. Let's just plop this down right, almost in the center of the grain. 90. Let's hit the utility wedge. And then go see if we can get around a golf in today. Fade. Fade. Get. Guys, I think I might have been overthinking this lean forward bullshit, as I often do. Kind of what I do here. 12 footer, 13 footer. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, that brought us back down to 16 over par. What do you know? So the pin is 272 over there. Tell you what, since we're playing such a nasty slice, let's aim right there and see if I can get it over to the green. I'm sorry, is this a 275 yard par 3? What the fuck? I can't say I've seen too many of them. Or is it some setting he's got? I don't know. It is doing what I wanted it to do, but it's not. God, get over there. Guys, this is almost a 300 yard par 3. Is that why my score is so fucking terrible? No, I know why my score is so terrible. That's going to be in the bunker, huh? No? Go! All right. Got to put on some warm clothes. 8. This is dangerous. Because if whoever designed this course didn't do this green to, or fairway to green transition correctly, the ball is going to hit a little imaginary wall. That's crazy. 275 yard par 3 and we parred it. Hit the ball that way. All right, 14th hole, we got 5 holes left to go. Let's hurry here. Most of my shit's ready to go to the golf course already. Such trash golf off the tee box here. We're still coming over the top, 235 to the pin. Out of regular rough. Let's see if we can blast one up there with the old 3 wood. Fade over, fade over. Good shot. A 444 yard par 3. Am I missing something? Ah. Okay. So I'm a mentally handicapped person. The reason that my scores are so bad, in addition to the way I'm hitting, is that, like, look here, you've got a 480 yard par 3, 500 yard, okay. Why would you do something like that? No offense, sir, I love your content. You have the baddest ass simulator I've ever seen, but why did you do this? This doesn't make any sense. Oh, that ain't helping nothing. All right, let's get a move on. Now that I know a little bit about what's going on, let's go ahead and get the hell out of this round. I didn't know they were all par threes. Is that something that people do in like normal real life, is make every hole a par three? Or 200 yards, let's hit the 5 wood off the deck. Not sure that's our ball. No, it was pin high. Good shot. It might have rolled off the back of the green there. But you can see the ball striking here in the simulator today has been subpar. Get it? Stop! That's going to go off the green, methinks. So not only is it a mildly difficult course, everything's been set to a par 3. So if you guys haven't played this league yet for the week, expect to have your asshole pulled out, Big Bubba style. 280. Let's hit the ball down that direction. That'll work. This whole time I'm like, how am I 16 strokes over par? Well, 19 now. And now I get it. Now I understand. But I mean, part of it's the terrible golf I'm playing, but get up there. Roll in there. Oh, you're going to make me goddamn putt. So this says it's for par, which it would be, right? What do we got here? 8-footer. And then it was a par, because that was a par 3. 17 is 165 yards. Let's hit a 7-iron. I know some of you guys out there hit your 7-iron like 180, 190, but I don't. Figure it out. Oh, come on, fade back. It was a good shot. Would have been a little long if it was on the pin though. What do we got? Let's, no, we don't want to use the chipper there. It doesn't usually pan out. Get in the hole. Stop in the circle. Come on. Par. All right, 18th hole, and then we got to get the hell out of here. 450 yard par 3. How did I not notice that? Attention to detail. Attention to detail. Okay, we're hitting everything Healy here. Okay, there's some more. That was over the top, but well struck. If we are in too much of a conundrum, we'll take a sim drop, which is what we're going to do. There's no way out of here except a lateral bailout. Sim drop. There. 250 to the pin on this par 3. We'll just hit the 3 wood. You better come back or we're taking 2 more strokes. That is in the road. God damn it. You have hit OB. I love how it makes you acknowledge this. Well, do I have another choice? Let's go ahead and re-hit. There we go. Oh, that drew over too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna make me go, holy shit, where are you headed? Go, 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 go. Okay, it didn't give us 2 OBs in a row. Let's get out of here. This is one of those rounds I don't understand. Okay, that's probably going to roll to the other side of the green. Do we need this club again? More than likely, yes. All right, that'll be all for this round. I don't want to talk too much shit because the individual who arranged this is a pretty highly respected person in this community. I don't understand why you would do all par 3s on a 5,700 yard course, but there you have it. We did the best we could, shot a 78 on what I'm presuming is normally a par 72, so it's not as bad as it looks. I'm not as shitty as a golfer as I thought I was. What do we got for stats? Nothing. A whole bunch of goddamn nothing. All right, guys, I'm going to sneak over to the golf course and try to get 18 holes in. It's cold and rainy here in Utah, but I think if I put on some wool socks and enough clothes, I'll be okay. This has been a TurbodTalon production. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm signing out. You guys have a good weekend.